See a little bit of a deviation from the typical meta in that Sadistic Autistic is holding up by the corner instead of on the gas station. But that will allow them to contest the card sooner, so that might
And
work
who
out
knows,
for
they
them.
might be able to, get a good defense on that first one. But looks like we're coming in, just getting a few pot shots, right in, just getting some rockets. Trying to get a hook out on Bala Sexy. Not gonna get too much, but still just a few pot shots here and there as the cart starts to turn around into that first turnpike. Oh, and Bala Sexy gets a nice pick. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. That fight's still coming in. Cruise Master also getting picked off by Bala Sexy. That Roadhog is really pulling some weight on there. Well, it looks like they're going to do a little bit of regrouping. Trying to build up some of their ults. Still in the low percentiles, but seeing what they can do to kind of make some interesting plays. But they're pushing the cart back. As we're coming in, it looks like Gavin Maywall trying to get in there for Mercy Shore. Trying to push on forward, but a little sheepish. Oh, Ball Sexy getting a nice hook onto Kente, onto Winston, and a freeze, but able to get away. Looks like trying to come in. Mail, not doing too much.
But they do manage to make it around the corner, and their ults are coming up. So if they can use those appropriately here, they might be able to get through this first choke.
Looks like Ball Sexy's trying to get people away with his ult, but he's gonna have to retreat while Mercy Shore is able to get that push past Big Earl's 24-hour service. Looks like they're coming into another skirmish here. Coming with TK gets picked up by Bala Sexy. Just still more. Oh, TK Thrifty trying to come in from behind, trying to get their backline. Oh, and a big ult covering the salvo, getting them down, and that is a good defense coming from Sadistic Autistic.
It is, but I'm not sure that the ult there was worthwhile, because now if you look at the ult economy, they've only got 2 up currently, whereas Marias' team has 4 ready to go.
Yeah. Mercy Shore using the Lucio ult, trying to get a little bit of ground with that overshield. Not able to utilize it too much. Cruise Master getting a few people, but May... Oh, and a big ult from McCree. Trying to pick as many people as he on. Just a clown fiesta going on right here. Double trying to hold on to what he can. Ball is Sexy. Last man standing. And he gets picked off, and it looks like Mercy Shore is going to get to push onto the first point.
It's looking really good for them here on this first point. Except going into the second point, now they're the ones without ults. And this second point can be a real pain without that kind of support.
4 minutes on this push to try to get to the second point. It's not going to be hard, but from what they're getting, it seems like Sadistic Autistic is trying to go for all those picks, but
oh, what a pick!
Ooh, I didn't even see that. That's on the tree.
He's behind as well. He's out of position.
Yeah, that out of position is really hurting them. I know he's trying to go for their backline, but their backline is a bit too protected by anyone. They're really keeping on point. It looks like they're just trying to get a little bit of ult charge on this. It looks like we're Kente getting hooked, getting picked off, going angry Harambe on everybody, trying to get everyone else. Tree getting his ult off. And it looks like Mercy Shore will get pushed back with Swift being the last man standing, being only support. But he's still alive. How is Swift doing it? Oh, and no. Cruise Master trying to get that, at least a pick, but at this point, you don't have respawn advantage as the attacking team. It's kind of equal at this point.
You won't regret it.
No, and although they made a good push there, they only forced Sadistic Autistic to use 2 ults, and both support ults are still up, so this is not looking that close yet.
Oh yeah, especially they still have that Resurrection on Crystallize as the Mercy.
Looks like Thrifty's going for the flank again here.
Salvo trying to get... Oh, but it looks like Failed Destiny getting a nice 2-person pick off, especially off of the Mercy. That ruins that res. And it looks like Mercy Shore not going to be able to follow this up with that ult by Failed Destiny. It's like they're getting, even though they're trying to flank, but it seems like they're getting picked off every time they try to go and do a reach around. I don't know. It's as much as good as the Mei can be, they really got to keep that Mei in with the death ball. I think they're using Mei as that flanker, but she's just not. She's tanky and CC enough, but
And it should be kind of predictable now. This is the third time she's just come straight from behind.
And it looks like
And they get punished
Thrifty
for
on
it.
the Mei was able to like get rid of all the momentum from that Lucio ult, and it looks like Mariah's trying to cause something, but it looks like Sadistic Autistic is gonna hold on to it with that big ult from Thrifty. Because if you saw it, like just the freeze on at least 2 or 3 of their backline just was not allowing them to just get that momentum.
Absolutely, and that's definitely what shifted the battle there, because I'm not sure if it was lack of communication, but they dropped 3 ults there that they now don't have for this final push.
And there was a big pick off from Bala Sexy. Like they really, I don't understand why they're not running a Reaper or something to get rid of those tanks. It looks like it's coming in. Kente trying to get something. Ult nano boosted on Winston, trying to come in, trying to get Winston ult. He's angry. He's punching. He's gonna get Salvo off that payload. Oh, but look, we got Failed Destiny getting blocked by a wonderful Mei wall, while everyone's gonna try to get in. TK Thrifty gonna try to get those picks. Mariah's trying to get with his tactical visor. Gonna see if he can get a few pickoffs, and it looks like he's gonna try to think. But Ball is Sexy with the nano boost and the ult. Gonna try to get what he can with that wonderful Ana grenade, making sure nobody can heal up. And I think that's it for Mercy Shore. Yeah, that's it. That's 3 points to Mercy Shore, not able to get a point 2.
But I think they can still feel good about that. That, I think, was a really solid showing compared to last week, and I think it means...
And here we go with Felkior, with Ana, an Ana play. Look at that. You have that nano boost going in, and look
What
at
a
that!
nade.
Oh my God, that grenade! That is just, you don't see that. You don't see that in games. Oh my God, that grenade got everybody on their team, or at least everyone that was in line of sight, and made sure that none of them were able to sustain throughout that fight. That was just crazy. Oh man, how do you come back from that?
Well, I think they're going to have to do a bit of soul-searching here to think about their team comp, and as you mentioned, consider running a Reaper or something to deal with the heavier tanks coming out from Sadistic, Autistic.
Right,
But
right.
I still think overall it's a solid showing compared to at least what I was expecting, given Sadistic Autistic's performance in Week 1 and Mercy Shore's performance in Week 1.
It looks like Mercy Shore, Salvo gonna go for the Reaper. Definitely think that's a good pickup, especially with all the tanks they're running. With Rikente on that Roadhog, he's getting a lot of value pickoffs against the team, and they're not able to, keep going after they get that one pickoff. It's like they get one person who gets just caught out, and they have no momentum moving forward with it. But, you never know what's going to happen. It's teams have switched, sides have switched, and we'll see definitely if Sadistic Autistic are able to, push into a lead, or if they'll get stopped at the same spot that Mercy Shore was able to get at.
Check this out.
Looks like everyone's starting to get set up, going for a
Again?
similar.
Oh yeah, I was about to say they're going for the same aggressive hold that we saw last round. So we'll see how that works out for them.
They're going for that, yeah, as you said, an aggressive hold. Wonder if they're gonna able to hold it on for a little bit longer, but even then, you have to have a lot of sustain when it comes to.
I mean, the
Going up
danger
right
with
at
it
this
is if
point.
you get picked off, you risk not being able to hold the points later on at a more advantageous point. So you have to be really confident to hold up here.
Oh yeah. Looks like Salvo trying to go in, trying to flank, get a pick, and he gets one off on Failed Destiny. That's one less person they have to deal with. It looks like they're gonna be pushing in. Trying to get, and it looks like
Salvo
gonna
flanking
try.
from behind.
Oh, but getting picked off by Rikente. Looks like they're gonna try to keep pushing on. Oh, and a nice pick off of Valkyr. But great save on Paulo Sexy. Great save. But it looks like Tree and Salvo. Oh, looks like Cruz with a nano boost coming in, getting those hits, making sure that they can just defend that point. Mercy Shore on the defense. Looking good for them so far, even though. Oh, and there comes a Failed Destiny. Oh, but it gets picked off. Mariah's getting a little greedy. Mariah, so you gotta stay behind that shield if you want to do some damage. Oh,
Ooh.
Dano got picked off by Salvo. What was he trying to do up there? Looks like they're still gonna be running a 4-on-6. With Junkrat coming back in. Tree trying to get a flank, trying to think that they're all behind him. He's being sneaky. Ooh. Almost getting knocked off by Failed Destiny. Salvo was. Tree trying to go
Tree
in
diving in.
aggressive. Oh, getting a nice Earth Shatter. Oh. And we're getting ults galore, ults galore.
Oh, the wombo combos.
And TK Thrifty trying to get the last thing, but able to get one person off, but they're still able to push. And it looks like after that clown fiesta of ults, ooh, oh boy. It looks like a Sadistic Autistic is pushing with 2 men. It's like they'll get 3-on-2. There's the rest of the team trying to come in, seeing if they can push this man advantage. Coming in for another push. Tree not able to get that hook off, but still a lot of poking, a lot of poking.
This right here is the solid choke for this point.
Oh yeah, not able.
So if they're gonna
Flame
hold it,
poke
it'll
of
be
the
here.
choke. They're trying to get a pick off. Both teams are trying to do stuff, but no one can get an impact frag. Just a lot of shit damage everywhere. It's like, oh, Mariah's able to pick off TK Thrifty and able to get in the back lines.
Oh, and the
Oh,
ults are back.
Nice ult from Cruise Master. Nano boosted. And the double Lucio ults. There's the overshield. There's the sustain. Gonna keep him in the fight for that much longer. And Cruise Master getting picked off. But oh, Rikente getting a nice saving. Getting a saving. Tree coming in. Trying to push them off the cart, off the payload. Just try to get a little bit of extra space. Gets picked off himself. Oh, looks like Rikente getting a lot of hits, but they're not able to get Bala Sexy. Mariah's trying to get in from behind, but finally able to pick off Bala Sexy. It looks like they're still able to hold on to this first point, and they have a good, with the minute and 20, they have probably what 2 pushes, 3 pushes if they
Probably-
make a.
I'd say honestly 1 or 2 pushes. At least 1 solid push with ults.
Yeah. But if you look at it, a Sadistic Autistic does have ult advantage. They
do.
They have the nano boost. They have the Reaper ult. They have spin to win. They have Ball of Sexy. All they gotta do is get that wombo combo off, and they're golden. Oh no, oh no. It's working, but
It works, but
I
the order of operations there was a little off, but I guess it worked out.
Well, good on you, Sadistic Autistic. I guess you live up to your name. And there's the first point down. 3 points awarded to Sadistic Autistic. So it's now a 3-7 spread. It's a little waiting for that push to go. It's like they're trying to get a little bit of an advantage in here. Just getting a little bit of ult. ult charge. Looks like Rikente almost at his ult, and we also have a Lucio ult on Mercy Shore, about 86%, as well as 80% on Crystallize. Now Salvo coming in, way out of position, but is able to Wraithform out. Looks, oh, big ult by Tree, but gets both getting knocked out by themselves. But oh, what a Lucio ult, getting that, helping with that tire, or unless I misread that, but still a solid defense coming out of Mercy Shore. But it looks like man advantage is on Mercy Shore. Cruise Master going ham. Just trying to go balls deep in the enemy team. But they're gonna be trying to regroup, trying to hold the point. But
the really
it looks
impressive
like
thing again with that hold is that again they aren't using many ults to do it. Look at the ult advantage here.
right? Like they can save those ults for when the attacking team, Sadistic Autistic, really tries to use their ult. They can just counter ult if need be. But the big thing right now is that they have Tree up top. They need that hit scan. Oh, and it looks like
Here come the ults.
Thrifty getting picked off, but they're not able to really go through with anything. They still have that man advantage, hitting everybody, and it looks like Valkyr and Crystallize are the last two people.
Oh, again.
And,
I don't know.
That was
to clean up two
questionable ult.
people? You've got 5 or 6?
Yeah. I think that was a waste of an ult on Cruise Master. I know it got you where you wanted to be, but they didn't need the ult on Cruise Master to secure it. But that's just me being technical.
And again, there's only 10 seconds left, so...
Oh yeah. And it doesn't look like they're getting desperate. Oh,
they do
looks
have
like
5 or 6
TK30.
ults here, though, so...
Oh, and that big pick off on Crystallize, not able to get his ult off.
Get in there.
Cruz getting that nice pick with this Earth Shatter and a rush. TK Thrifty not able to stay in his mech, not able to stick around. And it looks like it's going to be a tied game here. Oh, Crystallize finally able to get his overshield off. Going to try to be sticky, but can he stay on the point? He's getting knocked away. Oh, and Salvo staying on Soldier 76. They do not want to give up this fight. They do not want to give this. Ball is sexy coming in. They're trickling in, but they do not want to give up this in overtime. They're just coming in, and the nano boost onto Thrifty, getting a huge Earth Shatter onto him, making sure he can't do anything. But it looks like they still have man advantage. They're still able to hold this up. Oh, and a big self-destruct. Oh, Mariah's still able to get Crystallized, but getting that Zarya ult. Oh, looks like they're not able to still do anything. And they're able to hold it. Oh my god, look. That was such a clown fiesta, but a good one. It was so bad, but it was so good. Alright, let's see what Salvo has in store. Coming in, Wraith form, getting that ult off. You know he wants to press Q. Just a little bit out of order operations, but was still able to secure that victory. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure the order of operations is supposed to be Zarya ult, nano boost, and then the Reaper die.
I mean, I guess that's my preference, especially if the Reaper's already in the center of everybody, but it works for them.
I mean, hey, if it works, it works. Looks like we're going into our next series of games. It's going to be Nepal, King of the Hill. Especially with, Roadhog picks and Lucio ults and everything. This one's definitely going to be a lot more interesting, especially with everyone trying to vie for that same point.
Yeah, I agree, but I think so far I'm already really interested because Mercy Shore has put up such a good showing compared to what I was expecting, honestly. The change from last week to this week is incredible because if you look at the last map, Sadistic Autistic didn't even push as far as they did. So sure, they both get the same number of points because they both capped the same point, but they made it around the bend at least. I mean, they hardly got past the first point.
Yeah.
And Sadistic Autistic is one. Last week they looked like one of the favorites, and I think this shows that it's possible that things are a lot more even than at least I thought coming into this match.
I mean, it could be also one of those things, people are starting to get used to more of that, grouping up and, getting a few of the basics of team competitive Overwatch. Because if you think about it, a lot of the players are still in, like, what is it, lower 2500s.
Yeah, and a lot of teams are probably new to playing together. So I think as the weeks go on and as we start seeing their cohesiveness build up, we'll start seeing some more wombo combos in the appropriate order.
Now, if I remember, is this Shrine or is this,
I believe it is Shrine.
Shrine? Yeah.
Although, I could be wrong.
We'll call it Shrine for the time being. So it looks like, on one side, we got Mercy Shore with a Lucio, a McCree, an Anna, a Reaper, Reinhardt, and a Roadhog. A good team comp all around, getting that damage out, but heavily reliant on Cruise Master with the Reinhardt shield. And then on the other team, you have Roadhog, Lucio, Zarya, Reaper, McCree, and Zenyatta. So it's going to definitely be different, but here we go. Coming into the first pickoff, trying to get some advantage in that territory before the point unlocks. Looks like we're just kind of getting a fun little footsie battle going on, but a nice pickoff with that hook. Crystallize getting a little bit of ult charge for himself. And it looks like Mercy Shore is going to try to kind of spearhead through with their Death Ball, but they don't have Cruise Master to keep that shield up. While Autistic still has their tanks, and they have that Zarya.
Yeah, the central difference between the two teams, as you pointed out before, is Tree's team isn't running with a real main tank. They have two aggressive tanks that do a lot of damage, and that really could make things difficult for Mercy Shore as they come in here, because if Reinhardt goes down, you don't have anything to protect you.
Oh yeah, and especially since, like, that is what is protecting your backline. And if you look at who their main damage dealers, besides the Roadhog, they have a Reaper, and it looks like we're trying to get some sneaky plays, but Mariah is able to get 3 people, getting a triple kill. And it looks like Mercy Shore, just like that, is able to take the point. I wasn't even able to say anything. It was that fast. But I guess, as a counter argument to, what you have to say, since they don't have that main tank, they're not able to really hold a point very well.
Yep, and now that they're established on the point, Reinhardt's going to be able to block a lot of this incoming damage.
Oh, but a big ult, but they're not able to capitalize on it. Oh, and Failed Destiny getting picked off before he can use his Death Blossom. Oh man, but it looks like it's a game of tug of war right now, like, it's like a seesaw, going one team into the next team. I don't think either team is really able to, just hold on to it. They're just gonna go into it one at a time.
Both teams seem to be excelling at taking points, holding points. We'll see.
Especially since they coming in from the side, trying. Oh yeah, coming in a nice ult from Cruz. Oh, and that nano boost onto Swift and Lucio. The whiffed nano boosted ult. But hey, you can't complain when you still take that point. They gotta
not losing anybody in the process.
Oh yeah, but you have to think, since Sadistic Autistic, they were the first one to take this point, and if this trend stays the same, they're gonna win just out of having the point for first. If they're not able to hold the point.
Yep, this is gonna be a huge hold. For both teams.
If you look at it, both sides aren't really looking at their flank in that upper area on the wall side. Just their flankers are able to just go, and it looks like TK Thrifty trying to get some damage on, trying to get a flank, trying to get their back line. Ballistic trying to get an ult off, but he's not going to be able to do it with that
They're just conceding the point with 6 people there.
Looks like Cruise Master not able to get much, but Failed Destiny trying to get a good ult. But oh, the Zenyatta ult. Everyone wants to feel a little bit of tranquility. But they're giving man advantage back to Mercy Shore. Oh, and a nice dash from Cruz. Rikente nano boosted ult. Oh, that's gonna make sure no one stays on there. Looks like Marias not willing to really go in man mode Salvo. They're gonna hold on to it. Looks like Mercy Shore, unless a Sadistic Autistic can really do something to short up. But nope, it looks like, oh, yep, Mercy Shore with that first hold was really, the winner was gonna be whoever, you know, was ever gonna be able to hold that for at least one round of combat. But going on now, we have Village. Like, is not going to be too much of a team swap.
Looks like Sexy's switched over to Tracer.
It looks like Salvo switched to his signature
User
Reinhardt.
disconnected from your channel.
Oh, did we lose someone?
Zed's still
Microphone
here.
activated.
All right, good.
Microphone
All right.
muted.
But yeah, no, if we look at it, it looks like TK Thrifty going on Mei. He knows that he can do something on Mei, so he's going to go with what he knows. So it looks like we're off. Mercy Shore. Gonna try to go on the right side. Gonna meet up in the middle. Gonna try to see if anyone can flank. Failed Destiny gonna see if he can get some damage. A little bit of a flank off, but it looks like they're kind of having their footsie battle. And it looks like TK Thrifty trying to get to the back line, trying to cause some problems for Dano, but not able to get that impact frag. Looks like man advantage and the point is going to Sadistic Autistic. Looks like they're able to hold on to the point, leaving Mercy short. Well, to their mercy. No, I'm a little disappointed though that they're not running a Mercy. Looks like they're coming in. Gonna try to get another group up in here. Gonna try to push in with the shield. Let's see if they can try to do something. Oh, and a nice dash, nice pin. That's a big pick onto Failed Destiny. They're not able to do too much, but that's off on Salvo getting, or Cruisemaster on Salvo. And it looks like Mercy Shore getting that huge Lucio ult. Gonna try to cause things, but on counter Lucio ult to get anything done, but they're not gonna be able to follow up with that. Looks like the Lucio is gonna try to do some sneaky plays to try to get in. But they're not able to do it. Ball is Sexy, using his Death Lotus, try to just keep them off the point, keep their territory, making sure that this is my area, you're not coming by here, not getting past this wall.
This is 2 rounds in a row that Salvo's just initiated incredibly aggressively. And we really need to see Mercy Shore come up with some kind of response to that. Because that's classic Salvo, and he's just going to keep doing it to him.
Oh, and a nice ult from Cruz. But that ult, that Blizzard, causing no available retaliation. Not allowing to do something, but they're still alive. Looks like Cruisemaster, nano boosted. He's angry. He's gonna be coming in. He's looking for blood. And it looks like Mercy Shore is getting man advantage. They're winning the fight. They're gonna get the point. On 99% to 0, and they're ticking up. And it looks like they have a long road ahead of them if they want to hold on to this. They cannot give this up. This is going to be really hard, especially... But actually not too bad, because they do have ult advantage, but... They're going to lose that ult advantage quick if they use those ults just to try to defend.
Exactly, because Tree's team has the advantage of time here. One push, and they can build up all their ults. And if they do that, they could pretty easily take this point.
Especially since Salvo able to be so aggressive, just able to open up any sort of play for his team.
Failed Destiny flanking.
Looks like, yeah, Failed Destiny, but getting knocked out of the way. Oh, and a big ult by Salvo, trying to get in, trying to be as aggressive as he can. And a nice ult from Swift, from AJS0, but getting frozen. 2 people frozen. The Reaper able to keep out, but oh, the Maze not able to do anything, and they hold on to the point. All they have to do is get one or two more defenses, and they're good. But
honestly, I think they only have one solid push here, and May burned her ult at the end. 1v6.
yeah, she wasn't able to do very much with that. You know, got all those people, but wasn't able to get a headshot or an impact frag or anything. That's got to be really frustrating on your side. I think they're trying to come in to the side now. Tree able to come in, see if he can get a good ult on, but I'd say wait for it. Crystallize with his ult. Getting that Lucio ult in. Trying to make sure that they can do something with it. Oh, and a nice Zarya ult. And it looks like they're burning down. They're burning down. And it looks like with the Zenyatta ult, that's gonna be the game. That has to be. That's Dano, that's Marias, that's Swift. They're the only ones back up, and everyone is down. They're gonna try to run back, but they're not gonna be able to do it. GG on that one. We're going to round 3. Ooh, that could have been a solid defense, but that Zarya ult just tore them down. So it looks like 10 points to each side, and you know, at this point, you know, it's gonna be exciting to see which team is really gonna, you know, come forth and battle through to get the final 10 points, because King of the Hill is really valuable for this competitive season.
Absolutely, and it looks like both teams are pulling out Junkrats here for this final point.
I think it's because they both know they both like to clump up, and that's one of Junkrat's specialties. He can definitely just do a lot of damage to a barrier, especially the Reinhardt barrier, a Winston barrier, and he's just able to do a lot of damage if everyone's just grouped up. And it looks like Sadistic Autistic looking in to wrap around, trying to make sure that they can get everyone off, but they're a little split up, trying to go in for a pincer move. But it looks like, oh, Swift getting picked off, and it looks like Mercy Shore losing their man advantage. And it looks like almost every one of them, that's not a team wipe. That's basically a team wipe if I ever saw one. And it looks like they are on the clock for Sadistic Autistic. A nice hold for this beginning of the game. Looks like they're going to try to get some poking in. Thrifty getting a nice flank, trying to go in from behind. Seeing if he can get anything. He has his ultimate. Is he going to be able to at least get their supports? That's going to be something. Oh, and he gets scooped out. Oh, that was good play on Swift. That is one of the biggest pet peeves of any Reaper player. But it looks like they're going to try to come in with that man advantage. Going to try to do what they can. All sexy on the side, causing some havoc. But it looks like getting a few picks here and there. But for right now, looks like Sadistic Autistic are still able to hold, getting those impact frags, and making sure that Mercy Shore is not able to get that push. And it's going to be 60% mark and counting.
But with the way the ults are coming up, they probably only have one push if they're going to wait for Marias' ult.
I don't think they really need it. They could just
They have 5.
If they nano boost the Winston, they don't even have to. He doesn't even have to ult, because that Tesla cannon can do so much more.
There we go.
Oh, but a nice ult by the Zenyatta. Oh, look at that. Oh, knocks off the Zenyatta, making sure that Harambe can get at least one impact frag. Crystallize, trying to stay on for his dear life, not able to do so. He should have just allowed himself to die just so he could get back into the fight that much faster. If you cannot wall ride that well, sometimes it's just easier to die. But it looks like Mercy Shore are gonna try to get those percentage points that they can. While that is happening, oh, it looks like TK Thrifty coming in through the flank. Oh, and a self-destruct, seeing if they can pick anyone off. Able to get Failed Destiny. That is one of their big damage dealers. Oh, and it looks like TK Thrift trying to get them off. And that's their support down. That's their Ana down. And that's 3-4 people off of the point. Cruise Master able to stay on just for a little bit. But that's basically a team off the point
The
for
real problem
Sadistic
there
Autistic.
was 2 people died with their ults on what is more than likely the last hold of the whole. I guess there's one more here.
Oh, what? Oh,
Oh,
Pale Destiny getting that explosive charge, forcing Thrifty into the pit. Oh, it looks like coming in. Oh, nano boosted Winston coming in. All he's got to do is just go for the squishies. That's all he's got to do. Oh, and looks like Angry Harambe trying to get in. Alt fest galore. Oh, look at that. Oh, no, he's able to stay on, even though he gets battered. He gets battered, but he's able to stay in the point. It looks like Mercy Shore holding up on this defense. And they have it. They have it. They're at 50% and counting, and it looks like they're going to get it for at least another 15 more percent. So it's probably going to be a fight at about the 80% mark. Or the 70% mark. Depends on if they can push up a little bit faster, but see if they can get a few pickoffs, and that's going to be huge for their percentage lead.
what they're gonna want to
Percentage
do
gain.
is try and harass because they're down so many ults right now.
Oh,
They
yeah.
really need to build their ult charges.
Failed Destiny getting picked off. Crystal Eyes getting picked off. He didn't have his ult, so it wasn't that bad, but oh, coming in, and it looks like, oh, this is sad to watch. They're able to easily take this. They don't even have to worry about anything. And that's King of the Hill, 20 points to Sadistic Autistic, and 10 points to Mercy Shore. A good game all around, but I definitely think that aggressive play was the. And here you have Rakente on the Winston coming in, and he's angry. He's coming in. He knows what he wants to do. He wants to knock everyone that he can off, and he's trying to batter around everyone he can, but no one can stop him in this play. God bless Rakembe.
Epic.
Excellence is its own reward.
But coming into the last game of the night, going into King's Row, from what we saw from last game, it was pretty quick game. First one, had a lot of tempo in that first round and on attack, able to get pretty much a team wipe and able to just keep pushing that advantage. So I wonder what's going to happen with this. Are they going to, continually poke at the choke, or are they going to really kind of go around? And it looks like team names have switched. Like, see if we can get that fixed with everyone switching around. Thanks, Blizzard. You got to fix your team switching for competitive.
No, and I agree. I think the person to watch here is Marias, because if you notice last game, he switched, or I think the game before last, he switched to Reaper, and they essentially picked up a dive comp. And I think whether or not he's playing Reaper or McCree is kind of going to dictate what their team is going to look like.
So if you see, then would that allow them to, kind of counterplay that, a lot more easily? Because since they're kind of building their team around Marias.
I think it's a little hard to say. I think it's clearly counterplaying in that he was playing to the map advantage there. The maps had really tight areas, which is why we saw the Junkrats come out. And, that same environment is where Reaper thrives. But it looks like he's opting for McCree on this one.
Especially since there's that big open backspace to try to flank from, but if you're able to get a pick or two, especially on the attacking side, that's going to be huge because there's a long walk on the defensive side. Like they're doing the sprays, trying to get Armcast Kid as high as they can. What they can do, but we'll see how high they can get him. Marias, how high can you get him? Just trying to stall for time until the game match happens in 10. But it looks like TK Thrifty still deciding on who he wants to play.
There's only
Oh.
one person Thrifty wants to play. It's
I
me.
know. I was blinded. I couldn't see. I'm so sorry, Thrifty. I doubted you. Alright, coming on in. Looks like Tree coming in with his signature Junkrat, trying to get a lot of spam damage. Like, trying to hold on to the point. Tree coming in with a massive dive, trying to get in. Oh, and a big hook by Rikente to stop the thing. But Tree and Thrifty coming in from the side, allowing them to come in. Cruz and Failed Destiny, they're big damage dealers. They're coming off, and it looks like Sadistic Autistic getting a huge tempo swing in their favor. And they're already pushing this. They're already pushing the point. They don't have to worry about any sort of defense. They're gonna get 4 minutes plus the time, so they're gonna get a 7-minute push on this card. And
That's absolutely huge, especially
that
because there's
is-
still another checkpoint to go. They could have 9 minutes here to push it
9
all the way to the
minutes.
end.
Oh
Think
man,
so.
you're scaring me right now, man. You're scaring me. Oh, and an
Tempo
ult
res
coming
coming
in,
out.
trying to get in. And an ult off of Swift, but I think that wasn't really utilized that well. He should have definitely saved it for the next group up, but it looks like they're straggling in. Thrifty's still able to stay alive, but they're still able to pick off Mercy's Shore, and they're still able to push past the choke points. If they can get past around this corner, that's going to be a huge advantage coming out.
And that just goes back to what you were talking about before. These long walks really challenge people who aren't communicating. They need to tell their team that they aren't going to make it in time, because taking these fights 3v6 is just going to cost you the point.
Especially not, like, alright, they do have a Lucio, but that Lucio needs to stay back and try to speed boost his friends. Oh, and a big Zarya ult coming in. Ball Sexy trying to panic ult, just try to get him away, but not able to do much. That's almost 8 minutes they have on this point. They haven't been stopped. They're almost all on fire. What's gonna
And
stop
they have
them?
ults.
I think someone on Mercy Shore needs to switch to Mei, because someone needs to put out that fire. Oh, and they're coming in with a huge wombo combo with the Tree tire wheel. They're not going to be stopped. No one can stay on the point, and that's icing on the cake. Everyone on fire, and there goes the EMP blast, killing everyone. You just murdered a bunch of Omnics. How do you feel?
Play of the game.
Looks like we have Tree coming in. Gonna give... Oh, it looks like he has his ult ready. He knows what he can do. But he's just gonna keep on pelting everybody with he can with explosives. He knows what he can do. He knows no one can stop him. They need to ban him. They really need to ban his Junkrat. It's too sick.
It's
It is
disgusting.
too sick.
Junkrat just does so much damage in a confined space.
Oh yeah, especially since King's Row is pretty much built of narrow corridors.
Especially when you add these Mei walls in.
Yeah, Thrifty and Tree is just a deadly combo if they coordinate well.
So I think the real question is, how are they going to recover from this? Because that's a pretty tilting experience.
Oh yeah. I think, what is it, on the attacking side, so we have Mercy Shore. They can maybe pull off I'm gonna say it right now, in competitive, if they can pull off a Widowmaker, someone's good enough to get a few picks, just for this first point. I'm not saying for the rest of the game, but just for this first point, that can be huge.
Absolutely. And I think Marias is certainly good enough to do it. But I'm not sure he's comfortable enough on Widow to pull it out here.
And they probably want to keep him on some sort of big damage dealer that's, with the death ball, with the group, because unless, he really thinks he can do anything, but he's going to go for the Pharah, and that might actually be, maybe not, he's going to stick with Reaper. I think the Pharah or Widowmaker I think would be a really good choice. Just because if you can pick off Tree on Junkrat and just get that pick, that's gonna be huge because he definitely knows how to play Junkrat, and he definitely knows how to just shit on your day.
Absolutely. One thing that I think I would like to see is a Mercy to accompany Swift here. Because I think it can be really difficult as Anna to keep an eye on your people that are flying around between Winston and
Yeah.
Pharah.
And especially with the Junkrat, if the Junkrat just is able to, snare him, that's all of Harambe's utility. That's all his momentum and all of his movement.
Keep an eye on Salvo here, coming in with the flank.
Trying to get a little bit of damage up on the side, not having to worry about too much, and he's just gonna able to ghost walk out. Oh, and Tree with the sneaky mind, knowing that no one can get out of that. But I don't know, like people on Mercy Shore, especially if they can get those Pharah picks, it can help. But looks like Cruisemaster getting TK Thrifty out for the long walk. See if they can use this to their advantage. This is the time to push. Cruz, if you can get some space on there, then if you guys are just poking right here, you are just wasting the man advantage you guys created for yourselves. And it looks like Salvo is going to be able to try to come on an ult. Not able to get it too much, but looks like Mariah's getting caught out. But it looks like they're still poking around at this choke point, and they're not going to get anywhere. Going to have a nice solid defense.
And Mercy's got her ult now, so you're going to have to almost push through this twice unless you can get a pick on her.
Someone did not communicate to that team that when they had that Diva down, that's all that. Oh, and a big ult from Failed Destiny trying to get in, and a rocket barrage picking up two, especially getting that Mercy, making sure. But here comes Tree with and a 3-man ult with extra explosion that stops that push in its tracks, making sure that Mercy Shore cannot get that first point. That, holy shit, was that a great wheel.
I'm just speechless. That was amazing.
Like
He single-handedly held that point for his team.
right? And they didn't even think, oh hey, where's this Junkrat? Did we get a pick on the Junkrat? They still did the right thing of pushing forward, but they did not look behind themselves, and especially as Tree is known to be.
The problem here is they're still holding at this choke point when they've got 5 ults. Because the longer they wait, they're just going to be pushing into more ults. And as we've seen, Tree's wheels stop pushes by themselves. Apparently.
Oh yeah. Especially since they have ult advantage. They know they have ult advantage, but Tree getting his ult, making sure he can do something, but and it looks like coming out with a nice nano boost. Coming out, Tree not able to do too much. He's in the thick of things. Cruisemaster, you're gonna have to get Tree while you can. Nope, he's gonna be able to come in. But Swift coming in with the rocket barrage. And it looks like man advantage on Mercy Shore. Unable to do something, but Salvo coming in with his ult. Able to hold the point again. They're not able to get past the defense. They're not able to get the impact frags on who they want.
Problem is, with a minute and a half left to go, they have maybe one more solid push with ults. And
Look at there's Cruisemaster showing a really lack of discipline, going in, trying to make a play, but no one is with him. Like they're trying to build up a few ults again, but Tree trying to get that ult off on Dano, making sure that they're not able to get that build up that ult. Looks like Tree able to get another hit onto Marias, unable to connect with any of his Death Blossom. Trying to get a push in with the Lucio ult, getting that sound barrier going.
But Mercy's still up, still has her ult.
Oh, and a nice barrier off Cruz to stop the Stop it. And getting one person, but unable to get too much. And 30 seconds left. Oh, it looks like Marias and Dano. It looks like a pocket pick, able to do something. Here comes Failed Destiny. Marias on the crazy train, mariachi and all. Oh, it looks like they're gonna at least get to the second point. They're saying, you're not gonna take us without a fight. They only have 3 minutes to push this point, which is gonna leave them with not too much time. Means they need to keep 3 people on that payload almost at all times, but that means that Mercy Shore is just that much more vulnerable. Oh, and a big wheel coming on in, trying to get as many people as they can. Salvo trying to come in, trying to pincer them off, making sure that Cruise Master can't shield 1 point at a time. And they're gonna hold this archway, not having to worry about too much. They're gonna try to push the cart back as that's going on.
Death comes.
I don't know, man. This is gonna get a little dicey, especially since Sadistic Autistic still has ult advantage. They have that Mercy res. That's gonna be huge, especially for whatever happens. If you're Mercy right now, all you want to do is stay alive, and you can be of value to your team. That's all you got to do. It looks like we're coming in with another push, trying to come in with their man advantage, trying to cause the thing, and an explosion coming in, but they're going to be able to stay safe behind that barrier. A little lackluster. Looks like Swift's going to try to get some pot shots. Gets a double kill onto the supports. That's going to be huge. If they can keep up the momentum, if Sadistic doesn't have to worry about their sustain, and they can keep going. Coming in with the Lucio sound barrier, trying to keep getting that payload moving. They don't have to worry too much about it. They can just keep on going. And there they are pushing, trying to get past that next rounded corner. But this is the next really big worrisome choke point. Right here, this little kind of canal area. You're kind of sneaking in, making sure no one comes on. Rekente with a nice hook, and Cruise Master able to get it in. Looks like they're able to get some sort of stuff, keeping the shield up. Cruise Master trying to go in, trying to get a few hits in, and a big Earth Shatter, while Salvo getting caught out in the back. Nice Zenyatta, trying to keep everybody up, but not too much. Self-destruct coming on in, not able to connect on anyone, as Rocket Barrage comes on into the back line. Cruise Master nano boosted, trying to get as much damage and much hits as we can. But, oh man, here they're able to get the second point. They still have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to push this point. They're going to push the advantage that they have right now. They may not have ult advantage, but, they don't have ult advantage, but they have the Lucio ult, and that could mean the difference in this knuckle belt. Solo trying to come in, trying to get a pick, gets slept, unable to really do much besides on Failed Destiny, but that was a huge pickoff. That leaves them vulnerable. They do not have that Lucio ult in this next push. If I were them, I'd say you probably want to hold on back, make sure you have Lucio before you do anything. Tree trying to come in with cheeky play, getting Rekente. They don't have too much. Trying to get a blind Earth Shatter. Going in Cruz, trying to get Salvo, but Ball is sexy in the background. But a nano boosted Cruz trying to get, but a huge res to keep the defending team on the point. Zenyatta ult, trying to make sure everyone stays on live. There goes the Reaper ult. There as well goes the Earth Shatter. And it looks like Rekente, they're trying to, it's just an amalgamation of ults, death. This is full on Sadistic Autistic, Mercy Shore, Clown Fiesta. 100% grain beef Clown Fiesta.
Frankly, what they're doing is giving a masterclass in greedy positioning. We just keep seeing their DPS come in, try and flank, and die, and they're getting punished for it.
They're not staying behind the barriers. They're just trying to get an advantageous position, but every time they try to, they just get get turned on. They're not working with their team to say, hey, I'm gonna try to flank right now. You guys try to be a distraction so that I can try to get some poke damage and make it so that they have to make a decision. Go for the one person who's doing damage or go for the majority. And it looks like this is gonna be the last push coming in. Crystallize with his res. Here comes a big not Failed Destiny, not able to get his Lucy ult, and there comes in the sound barrier. There they come in. Swift not gonna be in the fight. Here comes self-destruct. Is not able to go on to Failed Destiny, and Cruise Master trying to get in someone. He is rushing out of the fight, not able to do too much, but as long as he's able to get a few hits, they still have an one-person ult. Was it worth it though? And a big ult coming out. Sadistic, Autistic. TK Thrifty trying to freeze, trying to cause some havoc, not allowing them to push, doing just May things. And the Zenyatta able to hold on to the point. They're not focusing on theirs, and another blizzard coming right in. That's gonna cause it. That is gonna be huge. That huge blizzard allowing them to take the advantage, making it so that they're just fish out of water, not able to do much. Mariah's gonna do his best to try to stay on the point, getting knocked off, and that is the final points. That Mercy Shore, wait, was Mercy Shore defending that entire time? I got teams mixed up, didn't I? But here's Tree coming in. I think we all know what play this is. Oh yeah, coming in. He knows what he wants to do. He wants to come in with that wheel. He knows no one's looking, and boom! There is the wheel. That's the explosion. No point taken for Mercy Shore. Oh my god, that was exciting. Even though they were able to get that far, they were able to have a great defense. And you know what? All in all, a lot of great games.
Absolutely. Honestly, I think despite the score differential, Mercy Shore had a really impressive performance tonight, and they should be proud of what they've done, and I look forward to see what they're going to do next week.
So going on in the score, I don't know off the top of my head. I haven't been keeping track. I'm sure it'll get posted soon, but it's 44-26. So it looks like no matter what, it was a great game. Can we get looks like I DC'd from Overwatch. Were we able to get anyone in for an interview? If so, can we get Tree? Yes, no, maybe so. All right. Well, while we're getting that squared away, what do you think? Who do you think was the big? I think Tree was definitely a big X factor, especially in those later games on that Junkrat.
Buddy joined your
I guess
channel.
I'm doing an interview.
Welcome.
Yeah, Tree, welcome to the caster's booth. Those just destruction wheels. How did that feel? Just getting all those multi kills.
Stealing a 4K from my diva felt pretty good.
I'm sure you had gold damage after that, right?
Yeah, I had damage in elims. I mean, the damage doesn't say a whole lot because half of it is into a Reinhardt shield.
Well, of course, but especially like with that first round on your attack, like that was a huge tempo swing in your favor. Like, what was the team composition? What was the team thinking during that?
On our attack, basically.
Yeah, on your attack.
Our plan was just get in there, break the line, don't let them hold the choke.
Definitely seeing that, you guys were able to hold the choke on them. They weren't able to really kind of push in through as you guys did. Otherwise, you got any questions, Chromatic?
No. I just am really afraid of Junkrat. That was a lot of damage. I think you had 21,000 damage just in that second half.
Yeah.
Like, that's astonishing.
I mean, like I said, it's inflated because there was a Reinhardt shield to just pour shots into, but...
It is, but you can play competitive matches and not have that much damage.
That's true.
And so I guess that's something everyone has to really look at going up against is your Junkrat. So
Or don't ignore it.
or don't ignore it. Just let him do his little thing. Don't worry about it. It's happy. We're all happy about this. Anyway, I don't have any more questions. Otherwise, any last final comments, Tree?
Nope. First place.
First place team on in strong. All right, we'll see you guys next week on the Batty Overwatch League. And as always, I'm UTech with Chromatic, and thank you to Zeticus, our cameraman. And we're out.